Hello and welcome to that other video about the Mercedes W124, and today we're gonna be dealing with the prop shaft center bearing. Okay, that's this part that we're gonna be changing on the car. I will place on the video the part number in case you need to buy it, but be very careful. Sometimes this part might be good for my car, but it won't be for yours. Okay, one day I will make a video about how I found the parts number, because I think it's quite nice. Because if you go to the dealer, they usually don't give you the parts number. They're a bit of a pain about this. So I usually find the part number, and then I'm able to check from one place to another, and I usually get the parts much cheaper than the dealer. Okay, from Germany as well, because sometimes obviously I won't get them from China. Okay, so that part, where is it fitted on the car? So you've got, if you go below the car, you'll have the gearbox. You got the prop shaft that go from the gearbox to the center, so it's held here in the bearing, and from here gets fitted another one that go to the rear wheels. Okay, so with vibration sometimes these get damaged. Okay, so now this video is made for people like me that don't have professional tools, and you want to do it at home. Obviously I don't have a lift for the car, I don't have a hole in the ground as well to work under the car, so obviously we have to make a plan B. Okay, so what I will do now, I will show you. We'll change it without any problem, but we will need to be very careful, because obviously for security, what we'll need to do, we'll need to lift the car, the rear parts, have the two wheels in the air, and obviously that way we can't have the handbrake, and we can't have the first gear on as well, because we'll need to be able to turn the wheels in order to turn the prop shaft and then remove the bolts and nuts. Therefore we need to make sure the car can't move either way, because if it moves and falls and we're under, we dead. or we may be seriously injured. Okay, so anyway, I will show you what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it. First thing, we need to place the car on a plain surface. Okay, we'll do that, and now I will start doing all the security measures for the car, and let's work at it now. Okay, so this is what I've done. On the front wheel here, I've placed the stop. On the other side as well, so to prevent the car rolling, I've placed some supports on each side. The car is actually on this, and I've lifted the car at the back with a jack. Okay, so now the car is actually it's not in gear, and it doesn't have the handbrake either, and it's not moving. Okay, and I've lifted the car sufficiently for me to go under and work under, so that's good. I was about to forget to tell you how we know this part is defective and how we know we have to change it. Well, it's very simple. When you start your car and you're about to go somewhere, and you place the first gear or on D, and you go, you will feel the car vibrating under. Okay, you will feel that clearly there's a problem, but then when you reach speed, the problem will actually stop. Okay, so it will only mainly be when you go on first gear. Okay, because what happened, the prop shaft will turn, and then the bearing usually never gets buggered up, but the rubber around tends to crack and not be as effective as it should be. So what happened, this gets completely loose and moves. And process when you go on first gear, it'll move like that, and create a vibration on the car. So if you want to make sure, if you got that problem on your car and you want to make sure, lift it, just go under, move the transmission, you know, the prop shaft, and then you will know for sure. You will see that it's clearly damaged. Anyway, when I'll remove the old one, I will show you later, and you'll know for sure. Okay. Let me show you as well how you know the part is gone. You see, we're under the car, and I will try to move the prop shaft. You see it moves. So when this happens, and you can see, we can clearly see that the joint is broken. So this is to be changed. I've placed two spanners on the where the prop shaft is held. Okay, as you can see, the prop shaft has only 3 points to be tightened. So we're gonna remove only those 3, not the 6. Okay, the 6, you remove them if you want to change that rubber. I've now removed the 2 bolts, and now because we don't have a gear on and the handbrake, we can turn it by hand and have access to the third bolt to remove it. The prop shaft is now removed. Okay, all we need to do now is remove it from the center. For that, we just need to pull it out towards us. There's no bolts or nothing to remove. We pull it out, and this will come out entirely. Then we'll have access to the center bearing. This is the rear part of the prop shaft. So that's the part we have removed first, with the 3 bolts. And as you can see, it's slightly raised here, and this is why we've made pressure in between this and the rubber to dislodge it. Once this fall, then we remove that part. We just slide in. So before to mount it, make sure it's nicely greased, and it'll be fine. Okay. Now, this, as you can see, that's the part we're going to be changing. As you can see, the mount is not there. It's on the car because this is completely broken, and this is why the car was vibrating. So now this, we're just going to make pressure on it to dislodge it and remove it. Okay. So once that's done, once we remove that, we then going to remove the rest of the supports under the car, then put the new part and then mount that back again. We have now remaining the support, which is there, held by 2 bolts of 13 millimeters. We're gonna use a ratchet to remove it. Okay, we now have the old bearing that's here. As you can see, it's completely gone. Okay, we have here as well the prop shaft that I've cleaned as well. I've removed the grease best as I could, and we have the new part that we need to fit. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna fit that part on the prop shaft and then fit it on the car. You can't fit that part on the car first because this will have to go in force into this, and you will have a problem. It won't, highly likely, it won't go through. Okay. So what you do, you place that part in a vise or something. You place the part inside, and bit by bit you knock it around. You go around, you knock it, and you will see it will enter. Don't go with brute force. Don't be too soft either. You just need to measure a bit your force, and it will go in. Okay. Now, as you can see, the bearing is off. It's not at the center. So this side goes towards the engine, and this side goes towards the wheel. If you place it the other way around, what will happen is that the prop shaft will make a lot of pressure on the rubber, and then it will break. Okay, so you will have to change it within 3 months later, 3-4 months later. Okay, so let's just make sure we do it right. And once it's fitted, what we're gonna do, we're gonna grease this again, grease the other side as well, and mount it. Okay, I've now fitted the part on the prop shaft. It's nicely done, and I've greased as well that part. So we're all ready to fit the part again. Let's go under the car and let's place this inside the other prop shaft. I've now placed the prop shaft again in its place. Now you can either fit that part at the end, the central mount, or you can fit this one. Either way, okay? Either way first. Then once it's fitted, just bolt everything, ensure it's tight, and the job is done, okay? You just need to lower the car, and that's it. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the video that I've shown you and you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel and give me a like. And if you feel like it, you can leave me a comment as well. Well, see you on the next video.